Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon.
This bill supposedly is targeting the Russians, right? But it's really targeting the crypto industry overall. So what this is proposing, and it has 10 senators backing this, is basically any crypto exchange, any node operator, any miner, anyone that deals with any kind of crypto services have to be able to identify all the users so that they can stop transactions to sanctioned people and Russia overall. Here's the thing. Most crypto out there utilizes a public blockchain like Bitcoin, right? So even if you wanted to hide your illicit activities, it would be very, very hard to do so. So in fact, it's much better to transact in cash than crypto if you want to hide your activities. There are, Congress people that's doing exact opposite. Not only they're fighting this, but they're also fighting the SEC to kind of stop the crippling regulations that surround Bitcoin and crypto overall. Nobody understands what it brings, the innovation it brings, and especially now, people understand the great use cases that can be used, by the people from around the world, right? And there's many great things about it.
Yesterday, it was announced by the United States Fed that they're raising interest rates to 0.25%. This was the first time rates were raised since 2018, which, oh my gosh, I understand why they're doing it, but at the same time, things are going to get really, really hectic here in the United States. And the Bank of England followed suit, and they raised their interest rates back to pre-panorama levels of 0.75%. So please make sure you guys are prepared.
Check it out, this just got announced. Billion-dollar gaming studio Ubisoft is launching an in-game NFT system this week.
Back in 2018, Argentina took a $57 billion loan from the IMF. That loan was to cover all sorts of different obligations that they had. They only received about $44 billion or so of the $57 billion. Well, now payments are due, and the Argentinian government is renegotiating that loan and its terms with the IMF. But the IMF's trying to do something a little sneaky. They're trying to sneak in some language that would actually slow down and potentially hamper the adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the country. People are making their voice heard. There's photo after photo after photo of them going out into the streets and saying, we don't want this. Kudos to the Argentinian people. I tend to think that their voice will prevail, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will continue to be adopted in a country that needs it most.
Cryptocurrencies that have certain characteristics that I care about are changing the world and will continue to change the world. If you ask me, what's special about Bitcoin? So I ask, is it revolutionary? Is it immutable? Is it public? Is it collaborative? Is it open? Is it resistant? And is it decentralized? Why is Bitcoin special? Because it is revolutionary, immutable, public, collaborative, open, resistant, and decentralized. Not because of some magic incantation, but because of the properties it has. See, the thing is, you already have CeFi. You have access to it. It's not as good as DeFi, but at least you have access to it. It's whether the other 6.5 billion can use this to participate in access to financial instruments, in access to investments, in the ability to raise capital as a startup founder, in the ability to escape and narrow constraints of a single jurisdiction and access the entire world of finance on an equal footing with rules that don't change based on circumstance or origin, with neutral response from the market. And how world-changing is that? Oh, very, very world-changing.
So the director of the Science and Technology Supervision Bureau of China's Security Regulatory Commission is very bullish on Web3, deeming it to be the future of the internet. The Chinese regulatory executive believes Web3 will effectively solve the problems of monopoly, lack of privacy protection, and malicious algorithms in the Web2 era, and make the internet more open, inclusive, and secure. The director called Web3 a three-dimensional holographic internet that would be inclusive and interconnected. This is just yet another factor contributing to why I find it very difficult to be bearish on blockchain technology, whether it be interest in Web3, the metaverse, or direct Bitcoin accumulation. Blockchain technology has been piquing the interest of some very significant entities in the traditional world of finance.
Coinbase has been sued for selling 79 different cryptocurrencies, including XRP, which are claimed by the plaintiffs to be securities, unregistered securities, in fact. But this is gigantic news. During the period between October 8th, 2019 and the present, Coinbase has used this platform to buy and sell, from and sell to customers 79 different digital assets at issue in this action. But what Coinbase has not disclosed is that the tokens are in fact securities, and Coinbase is selling these securities despite the fact that there is no registration statement in effect for these securities, and despite the fact that Coinbase has refused to register either as a securities exchange or a broker-dealer.
Looks like we have a huge developer, XRP developer leaves, and the reason that he leaves, Matt Hamilton, Ripple's director of development relations, had left the company according to his recent blog post. And Hamilton says it was a tough year for him personally. So basically, he's stepping down from the XRP due to family issues and health issues. So, that's it. It's stepping down, guys. So hopefully that, if Ripple wins the SEC case, that's going to be huge for cryptocurrency, and that is going to move things up.
Big news from Spotify. New job openings at Spotify indicate a move to Web3 technology. The music streaming platform Spotify is planning to add Web3 experts to its workforce. Now, I think we are still pre-mainstream boom for music NFTs, so maybe they're going to do something like that. Spotify is also on the hunt for a senior manager to form part of the innovation and market intelligence team. The ideal candidate will have, quote, expert familiarity with emerging trends, especially when it comes to Web3 and emerging technology industries. We don't know specifically what they want to do in Web3, but we know they want to get involved and they are preparing accordingly.